Chris Chan has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a family member. Addison Ray has unfollowed Tana Mojo. But why? A video has emerged of Bryce Hall threatening to knock out a teenaged fan. And of course, it's the return of a brand new segment. All this plus Matt Damon reveals his top 10 favourite slurs on this week's edition of YouTuber News. Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, at Benedict Town, and brought to you by PopBuzz, the only website that is a tank fly boss walk jam nitty gritty. You're listening to the boy from the big bad city. This is Jam Hot. Was anyone who watches this show born when that song was out? Was I? Alright, and before we start the show, let's do our usual brand new tradition and send out a tweet on the YouTuber News Twitter account so that a group of people in a very specific time zone who happen to see the tweet can reply. There we go, something I should have done ahead of time. Alright, and time for the news stories. And you know, I'm in such a good mood this week. The sun is in the sky, the birds are singing. We had a really fun episode last week. What could possibly ruin this buzz? Chris Chan has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a family member. Oh man. Yes, fair warning, this story is a little heavy and maybe upsetting for some. I'm going to ease things along our usual way by providing you with hummingbird facts whenever things get too depressing. So, the lore, the history behind Chris Chan could fill several volumes. It's like the internet Silmarillion, but all you really need to know is that they are a very well-known and very frequently doxed internet figure and a very vulnerable person with over 50,000 YouTube subscribers, and that the Greene County Sheriff's Office stated that they, quote, received information involving sex crimes against a family member this past Saturday, which then led to an investigation and then an arrest. Hummingbirds have no sense of smell, but can hear much better than humans. Interesting. The arrest was brought about by a leaked 9-minute conversation recorded on Discord in which Chris discussed having a sexual relationship with her mother. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly up, down, sideways, forwards, and backwards. Now, there was dramatic footage seemingly showing the moment Chris Chan was arrested and she's seen in cuffs, turning to the cameras and saying, quote, everything is going to work out. Which, not sure about that, but either way, we'll keep you posted as the story unfolds. And before we move on to our next story, let's take a peek at the tweet replies. This is terrifying. One of the very first replies, with no context, is just a picture of a hummingbird. That doesn't even make sense as a reply. Why would they do that? Is my script leaking? Rachel says, Benedict, the people need to know, how do you pronounce scone? It's scone. Some people say scone, some people say scone. It's scone. It's Italian. Show some respect. Our second story. Addison Ray has unfollowed Tana Mojo and the internet is intrigued. Fans discovered the seismic news when they searched Addison's list of Instagram follows. As you do. You do that every morning. Wake up 4 a.m, check the stock market, see who Addison's following. Huh? Still not me. 100 push-ups, brush up on my Mandarin, breakfast of low-carb sand, read a whole book, and then pour all my money into an Instagram pyramid scheme. It's called being an entrepreneur. Anyway, Addie no longer follows Tana, and it's not clear why, but there's been some speculation, and that counts as news, right? There's been some speculation that it was due to some comments that Tana made on a podcast about Addison cozying up to Donald Trump recently, as I'm sure you remember. Tana was asked about the incident. Donald Trump used to be the president. Donald Trump was at an event, like a UFC event, and Addison Ray walked up to him and was like, I'm your biggest fan, I love you so much, can I kiss you on the lips? And then she was like, he's a celebrity, I have to say hello, and everyone was like, haha, no, Addison, and she got in trouble. Anyway, Tana was asked about the event and whether she would do the same thing if she saw Trump, and Tana replied, quote, no, I wouldn't, and then also called the whole thing a little funny. So not exactly the harshest slam in the world, pretty diplomatic to be honest, but it may have been enough to enrage Addison Rage, because the great unfollowing seems to have happened just after that clip was released. Now, if you ask me, what Addison should have done if she was mad, right, is she should have been mad, acted like she wasn't mad, using the power of acting. Calls up Nancy, boop, 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 boop. Hey Nancy, and Nancy's like at the altar, about to be married, and she's there and she's like about to her vows, and it's like picks it up. Sorry, 1 sec, it's Addison, the easiest money in the world. Beep. Hello, Nancy, I've gotta be me, but like not be mad. Like, how do I do that? Just pretend, what does Nancy sound like? Just pretend you are a young girl, like yourself, but you are not mad. It is acting. You're a genius, Nancy. This is what I'm paying you $1 million a day for. Beep. Nancy puts down her phone and the bride has run off. Once again, Addison's ruined her life. All right, we've got one more story for you, but before that, let's check in once again on the replies, see if anyone's posted like my national insurance number or something like that. Manor says, if the rat wants some spice, we can call it ratte and add some cooking utensils. Remy, we know you're in there and we'll save you in the great heist. So I think Manor might just be an algorithm generating random words. Millie says, I get secondhand embarrassment whenever influencers like to think they are at celebrity status. There is a difference between being a celebrity and being famous. And as someone who has both, I agree. This has been the comments thing. Why do I keep trying to wrap that up every time I do it? Our third story. A video has emerged which has been viewed over 3 million times, which shows Bryce Hall yelling at what transpired to be a 16-year-old and threatening to knock him out, serving him a big old knuckle sandwich. Bryce was sat outside eating at a restaurant in California, the Sunshine State, the concrete jungle where dreams are made of, and the video begins after the teen has apparently already yelled something at Bryce. Now, we don't know what that was, whether it was aggressive, whether it was just a fan greeting, or maybe some kind of beautiful poem, but whatever it was, it seems to have riled Bryce up no end and left him in something of an Addison rage. Hall is heard saying that if the teen comes near, he would feel threatened, what with, quote, COVID being a thing. Nice of Bryce Hall to suddenly realise COVID is a thing about a year too late. And he continued, quote, if you come past this line, 6 feet, I'm gonna knock you the f*** out. It's self-defense. Now the teen says he didn't know why Hall was getting so mad. He said, I'm just 16, why are you getting so mad? And then Bryce is seen to laugh and laugh and laugh in a sarcastic way before the footage dramatically ends. Now, here's the twist. Hall himself shared the footage on Twitter with a link to his paid website, along with the message, quote, use code PENIS for $1 off your first month. So the fact that Bryce himself is willingly sharing this video shows that it's probably not very serious, maybe even staged. The only way to really know for sure would be to pay for his service and watch the whole video. I'm a dedicated reporter who cares deeply about delivering the whole story to you, the loyal viewer. I stepped up and I didn't pay for the video, but I did film this dramatic recreation of what I think happened after the camera cuts out. Do we have any wigs? Listen here, punk, if you come within 6 feet, you'll end up 6 feet under. You'll end up in the hall, the Bryce Hall of the dead. Nancy, line? I'm Bryce Hall, and I'm doing a fight. Thanks, Nancy. If you come over here, I'll dance at you with my dancing skills. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm gonna biff you on the nose if you come near me. Anyway, I guess what I wanna say is, in conclusion, I'm Bryce Hall, and I'm here to say I love to rock in a Bryce Hall way. All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for Dan Howell's Watch. Welcome to Dan Howell's Watch. What watch is Dan wearing this week? Let's zoom in. It's a beautiful digital number. This has been Dan Howell's Watch. All right, as we round out the episode, let's see what else people have tweeted. Leah says, I truly believe the YouTuber News lore has the ability to gross higher than the MCU. Argue with the wall. A lot of people do consider it gross. I do agree. I'm Benedict Townsend, and this is YouTuber News, which airs every week on the YouTuber News YouTube channel and also on Snapchat Discover. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, either by swiping up on the last snap of this story or by hitting subscribe on YouTube, and make sure to leave us lots of lovely YouTube comments as well. We really enjoy reading them all. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode of YouTuber News and a new episode of YouTuber News Quick Bites on Tuesday, as well as a new installment of the YouTuber News podcast. Some would say this is oversaturated. I would say let's do more episodes of all these things. Till next time, look after yourselves. And remember, hummingbirds fly at an average speed of 25 to 30 miles per hour and are able to dive at a speed of up to 50 miles per hour. So don't f*** with a hummingbird.